G'day everyone. Well, I'm out here on the flats out by the dump north of Evanston, and this was the only dry dirt road that I could find, at least for so far. We're going to go looking for some other ones, but it's pretty beautiful this time of year, and this will get pretty ugly here as soon as this snow comes off, and then it'll get pretty again, and then it'll get ugly again as the summer gets on. But this is kind of a neat little place. But anyway, so we're just going to take a quick little ride today. So this vlog thing, I'm not sure if I super like vlogs or what, but we'll let me know what you think, and I can continue doing vlogs, or we can just keep working in the garage on stuff. I do plenty of both, and I can video either one. Not particularly good at either one, so it doesn't matter really. If you have any requests, let me know. So I'm here on a dirt road up to the dump. So one thing I know about this road is that it's heavily traveled by heavy equipment, like dump trucks and things that are heavily filled, and they go pretty darn fast through here. Woo, that's a little dicey on that gravel. Well, so I'm going to watch real careful way ahead of me and behind me, and keep track of where other vehicles are at. Really try to pay attention to that, considering they can squish me a lot better than I can squish them. The other thing that I want to be really aware of, especially this time of year, this is springtime, late March, and it's a beautiful day. So you can almost guarantee what's going to be happening right now is the animals are going to be on the move. When I say animals around here, that means deer. Mule deer are some of the greatest killers on the road right now, at least for motorcycles. We got to be careful with them, and really it's the bikers that really are at fault. These animals are just trying to live in their environment. We're invading that environment. So a couple of things I would highly recommend we do is this time of year is at least that I do, is I'm going to really watch the road far ahead as best I can. And we do that anyway, and that's probably an obvious statement, but it becomes even more important. And so I'm going to watch far ahead, and just like I saw this dump truck coming along here, I'm going to slow down a little bit. I'm going to get off to the side as far from him as I can. And I want to just make sure that he understands that I can see him and he can see me. Waving to people, I think, is a good thing. You may have noticed I wave with my right hand. You know, that way I'm not confusing with signals and things like that. I try to do that as best I can, but it's unavoidable sometimes to wave with the left. But you know, it is what it is. We have a lot of best of both worlds, or best of several evils on motorcycles, and just do our best with what we have. So, back to the subject. Boy, there's a lot of ADD today. But so back with deer, what I'm going to be looking to do is I'm going to look far ahead. And one of the most important things when looking for animals is something I was taught a long time ago when I started looking for animals for hunting, was you don't want to look necessarily for whole animals. You want to look for parts. These animals are really well disguised as a whole. As a whole, they blend in with rocks and things like that as a whole body and a whole animal. And so we want to make sure that we're not looking for a whole animal. I mean, you certainly look for them, and they sometimes will stick out, especially in this snow. But they also blend in with these bushes and things along the sides real well too. So I'm not going to necessarily look for just a body. I'm going to look for parts. I'm going to look for an ear. I'm going to look for a butt. I'm going to look for a tail. I'm going to look. Something else that I want to talk about is the thought of what happens if you cannot avoid it. So what happens when the worst happens and you're going to hit that deer? And that's around here, you know, usually you can avoid them. You can swerve and miss, and you know, on motorcycles we have the ability to kind of cut around something a lot better, you know, than your cars do and your trucks do. We have that ability, and you don't want to swerve violently, but you definitely want to try to steer around them. And if you have to hit them, you want to hit them, kind of glance on them, but you want to be on the throttle when you hit them. Suspension and the control of your bike is best applied when you've got a little bit of throttle going on. Down certainly as you get up to them. Then if you have to hit them on the side and do your best to lean forward on the bike, compress your front fork springs, and give your bike a little bit of gas. That's your best chance. And again, I say it's your best chance because really, chances are you're coming off the bike. But power through that, you might be able to deflect them off. We're going to try to do that. Now, I'd like to hear your comments down below if there's any other tips that you have for if you're going to be an unavoidable. Now, the other thing that might be an unavoidable situation is if you have a herd of deer. And that's really a problem out here, especially this time of year where they're clumped up in herds. My opinion on that is I think that your best bet is, again, slow down as much as you can and try to shoot the needle. In other words, try to go right between them if you can. If you do the same thing, get down forward, try to tuck your knees right into your tank as best you can, lean forward on the handlebars and give it a little bit of gas and power through those. Chances of surviving that, or chances of getting through without getting hurt too badly, are much greater. You can deflect a lot by doing that and staying tucked in with your bike. And then, of course, if you do come off, just do your best to roll. If you're using the policies of back gap, you know, we're going to wear all the gear all the time, like I am here today. I hope this is helpful, and hope you have a ride. Get out and ride if you can. If you can't, then have a great day anyway. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you out on the trail.